Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be showing you how I fixed up this Kit Kittredge doll. So this doll came to me in an unboxing, a previous unboxing that I did a few months ago. As you can see, she's in really rough condition, so she has some missing wefts in her wig. Beyond that, the most egregious part is that her hands were gnawed off. I'm not sure if this actually really gnawed up by an animal because it looks like it was intentional. Maybe someone, did a sick prank and then cut off her hands. I don't know why they would do that, but here we are. And her limbs are very loose. Her legs are loose. Going to go ahead and fix all of those. I'm happy that she doesn't have any permanent marks on her vinyl body. She's just very dirty that I could easily fix by using a magic eraser. And as you can see, I didn't really needed much effort in removing her wig. It was ready to come off. I just pulled it a bit and it went off, which is good. I don't know if I'm able to salvage that wig anyway. I don't know how you could lose wefts, to be quite honest, but maybe whoever was playing with her was very rough. They didn't really take care of her. By the way, I'm sorry if I sound a bit nasally because I think I'm going to have a cold. I hope I'm understandable. But anyway, so what I'm doing here right now is I'm using my magic eraser and I'm removing the dirt from her vinyl body. Very happy that she doesn't have any pen marks on her. She's just very dirty, so nothing special here. I'm just using a damp magic eraser to remove all the dirt. Later on, we're going to do an eye swap. Actually, for this doll, there's nothing wrong with her eyes, which is very surprising considering that she's in really bad shape. That's a blessing. However, I do have a different intention with this doll. So I plan to make her a googly eye girl. Let me tell you what I discovered. So as you probably know, in my past few videos, I showed you how I use doll of a kind's googly eyes or their stationary eyes. That's what they call them. However, I noticed that these eyes are actually quite similar to the ones used on blight dolls or porcelain dolls. So I went ahead and purchased some and then I tried it out and yeah, definitely. So you just have to make sure that the eyes that you're getting are the half round ones and they need to be at least the 18 millimeter eyes. I've already tried to use the 16 millimeters because upon checking, if you're going to use the regular kind of eyes, the one that open and close, those are usually like 16 millimeters, but for these kind of eyes, the stationary ones, they need to be 18 millimeters because if you're going to use the smaller ones, they're not going to move as they should. And uh, what's the fun in that? So you're basically just putting in stationary eyes that doesn't move. Anyway, so I've gone ahead and tightened up her limbs. So I did this off cam since well, basically I'm not doing special. I just removed the stuffing and then I use some hair ties to tighten up the limbs. So I'm showing you here the hair ties that I used. And yeah, voila. So I've restuffed her. And as I mentioned, her hands were cut off, so they were gnawed off. Initially, I was planning on using like a clay, a polymer clay or something like that to give her new hands. But right now, I don't have those. So I initially thought that just going to give her like gloves to hide her hands. But later on, I'm ended up using something else. Okay, so I'm showing you here right now the eyes that I made myself. So these are like the eyes that I purchased and I actually designed this. Okay, so isn't that wild? Already poured in boiling hot water inside her head and right now I'm just removing her eyes using this baton, this drumstick. Okay, a literal drumstick used for drums. So sorry, I'm still getting the hang of like showing on camera what I'm doing, because when you're doing this, I think other customizers could attest. It's really like you need to move fast, and sometimes that doesn't work well when you're trying to take a video of it. Hopefully someday I'll be able to, get better equipment, and so I can be better in shooting this kind of videos. But anyway, so I think you probably didn't see that I was able to remove the original eyes, and then I put in the eyes that I made, the stationary eyes. So you just have to make sure that you're putting it like inward, so it's not going to be sideways. So you're just going to push it in, and normally it's going to be quite easy as long as the head is very squishy, since you put in hot water in it. And right now I'm just putting in the stuffing. Okay, so this is important so that there's something to back up the eyes, and then you can make it move. Okay, so this is just the ordinary cotton filling, the same cotton filling that you use to stuff their bodies with. I just purchased new ones, so yeah. Okay, so this is very easy, and I'm using like a nail tool. I purchased new nail tool since then, because the ones that I was originally using was the nail pusher, which is too sharp. Okay, so I purchased like a dotting tool, a nail dotting tool, and it's even better. So it doesn't have any sharp points. Yeah, like you're not in danger of damaging the eyes and the vinyl of the doll's head. That's all I'm doing here. I'm just putting in the cotton filling inside, so I can make sure that I can be able to move the eyes. Stuffing it in, pushing it using my nail tool, and then using my fingers, of course. I really love these googly eyes because they're so nice. I'm not really the sort of person who, put my dolls to sleep. Like, I don't need the blinking eyes. I prefer this posable eyes, since I love taking pictures of my dolls, so I can make them move to the left, to the right, whichever position that I want, to give them more animation. Okay, now if AG will be able to make their dolls like ball jointed, to make them more posable, then oh my god, wouldn't that be great? Okay, so I don't know if AG has plans to do that, because our generation already did that with some of their dolls. I don't think that they pushed through with that. They only did it for two dolls, and I don't know if there's those dolls are still available. But anyway, so I'm just checking here if the eyes are really poseable. Okay, making sure that they're easy to move, because if they're not, then it defeats the purpose. Okay, then eventually I'm going to have to paint eyelashes for this doll, and also I'm going to change up her eyebrows. There's nothing really wrong with her eyebrows, to be quite honest. These are not aligned ones, so Kit has the feathered ones, or at least the kit that I have. But yeah, so to give her more personality, I decided to draw on new eyebrows for her. Okay, so isn't she cute? Well, I know some people do not like these googly eyes, especially the eyes that I chose sometimes for these dolls. So she is going to be an elf. I might as well say that now. So she has the power of fire, so she can shoot fire using her hands. But anyway, so here I'm showing you her eyebrows, the one I painted. I still have a lot to learn in drawing eyebrows, since I don't really put makeup on myself, so I'm not really used to it, drawing eyebrows and putting on makeup. But yeah, so here I'm showing you the prosthetic ears, the elf ears that I plan to use on this doll. Initially, I was planning on gluing the ears to her head. However, I just used this adhesive, and it's not, well, it didn't work. I'm showing you the adhesive that I used. What I did is just I gone ahead and pinned the ears to her wig. so her ears are not actually attached to her head. And I think that's much better because, well, just in case I do change my mind about this doll, maybe I decide to let her be a normal girl instead of like an elf. I can just remove the wig and then change her wig, and then her ears are not attached to her head anyway, so she can be a regular doll. This wig came from Doll of a Kind as well. So I think they call this the Aria wig, and here she is, all dressed up in her new costume. So again, she is an elf doll. If you haven't noticed that yet, because of her ears. So I dressed her up in this dress that I had my friend make. Okay, and then as you can see, so I ditched the gloves, and I actually made new gloves for her using hair ties, black hair ties, because the gloves that I have are like white and it doesn't fit with her outfit, so I decided to just make this one. I decided to name her Freya after the Norse goddess because, as far as I know, there's a lot of elves in Norse mythology, and I thought it was very fitting because I have Gloomy Sunday, and then she is Freya, which is where we got the name Friday from. But anyway, so I hope that you like my new addition to my collection. So she is part of the supernatural dolls that I have. Supernatural because I do intend to make more. Hopefully, I'll be able to finally create my ghost doll. I'm going to make a vampire doll, and I'm going to make an alien doll. Maybe someday I'll be able to make like a werewolf or any other supernatural creatures because I'm so into the supernatural and spooky stuff. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching and see you soon. Bye!